Guys, STTM here, and today we're going to be talking about the New Orleans Saints and how they have to make pretty much a big move. So, now before we get into this video, make sure you like, subscribe, put on notifications, and comment on the video. Lets me know what you think and gets me more recommended overall. And two, I'll just appreciate it. So, Ugh. Now, commenting lets me know what you think. Liking and subscribing gets me more recommended, and I'll appreciate it if you just do so in general. Also, too, if you put on notifications, you'll get updated about new STTM videos, like long form content, shorts, and even some of the community posts I've been doing recently. So, Now, I'm officially stop with this Japanese and get straight into the video. Bow! All right. Start off, let's look at our offense. Offensive line, I think, is pretty good. I think Saldivari is a steal of 2023. I think Tailese Fuaga will be very good. Cesar Ruiz and Eric McCoy are decent. Ryan Ramsey, he's like the key piece of the offensive line without a doubt. I will say there probably is a bit of work to do on tight end. I don't think Juwan Johnson is, I suppose, best tight end in the world. Wide receiver room isn't the best either. Running back room I like, but really don't know about the quarterback room. I'm concerned about this. Like, Derek Carr had a bad season. Jake Hayner wasn't that much better either. Spencer Rattler really wasn't that good as well. And Taysom Hill can't be the full-time starter, so I will say New Orleans probably has to do something about their exact quarterback room. I like the depth for there's just like a lot of quarterbacks here. I was gonna say I like the depth for the O line. I think it's a good rotation on offensive line. I will say the main concern on offense is probably like anything that's not offensive line and fullback too. But fullback isn't the most important position in the world. Now let's scroll down and see our whole defense here. It's actually a very good defense. I will say the loss of Marcus May probably will affect the secondary. Really don't know who's gonna start between Kool-Aid McKinstry and Paulson Adebo. Since they're both here, this probably could make a sign of a Marshawn Lattimore trade in the near future, but they have to make a big that's what I said. Like first we're just gonna review the roster, and then we're gonna say what big moves they'll make. Linebacker core is pretty good. Pete Werner and Demario Davis are really good. Willie Gay is not bad too. And the defensive line I'm a little concerned about. Like I don't understand why Chase Young isn't starting. I mean, Chase Young hasn't had the career that we've all been looking for. He probably could learn some stuff from Cam Jordan, who is probably one of the best, probably one of the best defensive players in the 2010s decade and possibly this decade too. Like he's still actually really good, being this old. Kellen Saunders is really underrated, I feel like. So I think he's definitely going to be good as well. Carl Granderson and Nathan Shepard, I don't know much about them, so I expect I think what they're doing is Isaiah Foskey and Brian Breezy are getting mentored here. So I think that is what's going on. I will say I do not like the depth behind Demario Davis and Pete Werner, who are the two best linebackers, who are like key pieces on this front seven right here. I don't think Jalen Ford will really do much in this league, and Anthony Orji won't be much better either. The other Sewell brother, Nafai Sewell, I don't expect to be that good either. I like Tyrann Mathieu. He'll probably will be washed. So the Saints in general aren't exactly in the best position. Now, I said that they did need to have a big move, right? So, since they need a big move, What big move do you think I'm talking about? Well, I have about three options. I think they all have something to do with offense, since that seems to be worse than defense. And those big moves. The first one is to try to trade for somebody like a Justin Herbert or a Dak Prescott. Like they need a quarterback there, like Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed are on the come up. Like, bro, they need somebody to throw to. The next big move I'm thinking about is probably has something to do with the receiver room, and that is probably T. Higgins or Brandon Ayuk. I'm not the strongest fan of Cedric Wilson, and I don't think Equanimous St. Brown is going to be on really an NFL roster in the next few seasons. So I'd say this is probably the sign for somebody like a T. Higgins or a Brandon Ayuk to come and join the team. So those are like three big moves I'm thinking about. They should make at least one of the three. The one I'm probably leaning on the most is probably the T. Higgins move. I really like that addition. Like, you guys could probably just give up some draft capital and potentially like Cedric Wilson with some first rounders and a second rounder mixed in. You'll have to give up a good portion of draft capital since he is on the rise in on for the receiver rankings. So I will say, and to the idea of Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed, and T. Higgins as your receiver core gives out so much options for somebody like a Derek Carr or possibly end up being Spencer Rattler or Jake Hayner, which I think they're like they have the biggest chances in the world to be NFL draft bust selections. So that's why that's probably the one I'm leaning towards. Or there's possibly like some defensive ones. Like if we go here, they could probably try to get Micah Hyde, somebody like Micah Hyde to pair with Tyrann Mathieu. It won't be around for a good portion of the season. He really won't be around for that long, but I overall like the idea of it. Or maybe the Jets will try to do some stuff like a part of that amazing defense. You try to get like Jordan Whitehead. Um, I will say there's probably more negotiations offensive wise. Like I will say this defense is probably going to develop throughout draft selections, not like actual trades. Unlike our offense here, which that's how that's going to get developed. So yeah, that is why STTM thinks the New Orleans Saints need to make a big move to save their franchise. So if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you like, subscribe, comment on the video, put on notifications. As STTM is out, see y'all next time. Road to 50 sucks!